This is the Berman Project. Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of introspection and reflection on loss, grief, and the pathway to mental wellness. All the while nourishing my soul with the music and art of late indie rock singer-songwriter David C. Berman. How are you doing? It's December 26th today, which means in Canada, here in Toronto, it's Boxing Day. I believe Boxing Day is celebrated in a few other places. I believe it's celebrated in the UK. But in the rest of Europe and the USA, today is just December 26th, the day after Christmas. But Christmas, there's the rub, right? It's such an unusual holiday. It's this dichotomy of commercialism and brotherhood, peace, tranquility. And I think it's interesting that it can be both those things at once, but it's also a really important time to reflect and to take inventory of where you stand and how you're feeling. For me, I went to a party on Christmas Eve, and it was really tough. I'm not going to lie to you. I was in another place, and it was fucking rough, man. I kept having people, like I sat sort of in a corner of the room away from everybody, which wasn't a good move off the bat. Like that's where I sat down initially, and then I sort of isolated myself from the rest of the group. And as they would wander their way over to make small talk with me, I was just incapable of making small talk. I couldn't do it. I was overwhelmed. All I could think about was my parents and how much I missed them this year. And it made me just want to grab my girls and hold them forever and never let go. And so at one point I was so overwhelmed, I texted my wife and I said, I can't do this. I can't be here right now. I can take an Uber home. And she was like, no, we'll leave in 10 minutes. And she said it in a good way. She didn't say no. She said, let me take care of things. And she took care of things. And we left in 10 minutes. We got into the car and I broke down. And my youngest held me. And Jessica held my hand. And my oldest daughter was concerned as well. But it wasn't that kind of cry. It was just a cry of being overwhelmed. I can't put it any other way. Just this whole holiday really got to me this year. And that's difficult. That's really difficult. I want to thank everybody who reached out and wished me a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, even though we'll talk about that next week. I think that the friendships that I've made through this platform are tremendous. And I can't thank you enough for being in my life. And I shouldn't have to wait till Christmas to say this, but I love you all. And I thank you. So there's that.
Chuckers never felt wrong. Looking at you, I'm a staring. Look at how you make me feel good now. Broken like you know the child diction. Over at the naked show. Sarah couldn't make you feel down now. Down, 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 down. last man. Last man never had a chance. So he went out behind the shed and bought himself a little cigarettes. On the ground digging for a treasure map. Find your answer. When you ask, please ask me. Ask me to stay. And I said,
That's Tied to the Ocean, and it comes from Starlight Walker, and it's brilliant for this moment. I needed that. I needed that song at this time. And sometimes it just works out that way. Sometimes you get a song that fits, and that's lovely when that happens. But it doesn't always happen. But this week it did, so I'm glad. That's Tied to the Oceans, and it's tied like water tide, like the tides coming in. And oceans is plural. So there's that. I dig it. It's a simple song, guitar, percussion. I'm not going to say drums necessarily because the drums weren't there to really keep time. They were an accoutrement. And I think they worked largely. I think this song works on, a couple levels. I love the middle part with the oohs. I think that's great. I think, again, when you look at how far this band has come, when you look at how far David Berman has come at this point, it's fascinating to me that we get Starlight Walker when we do. So there's that. That's what I've got for you this week. It's a shorty. I'm not going to do a poem this week. Frankly, we are getting ready to leave to go to my brother's house, and I am in a situation where I don't have enough time to do the poem. So I'm just, I'm going to, fuck it. No. You're listening to me make an editorial decision right now on the fly. It's happening live. Here it is. No poem this week. Be well, stay hungry, stay foolish, and wash your goddamn hands. The Berman Project is a production of Douvra Podcasts and Such. You can find out more about the show at www.thebermanproject.xyz. That's right, I'm fucking Canadian. I'm also social. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, and all the rest at Berman Project.
Douvra Podcasts and Such.